My name is Lucas Hawkins and this is P3 for my Practical Team Sports Assignment 2, Performance and Knowledge. The first skill I'm going to be demonstrating is dribbling in hockey. You will usually use dribbling in hockey when you're in a large amount of space, or another way you'll use dribbling is if you have no options to pass. This is another skill. This is controlling the ball in hockey. Controlling the ball is important in hockey, and if you can't do this, it'll be very hard for your team to keep possession of the ball. And if you can't keep possession of the ball, then you won't score. The next skill I'm going to be demonstrating is the hockey sweep shot. You use the hockey sweep shot if you are passing the ball to a teammate who is medium range or short range. This is because you can't generate enough power on it to hit it to a teammate who may be on the other side of the pitch. So you wouldn't use the slap shot, for instance, if you were passing it short range, because the accuracy of it isn't as good as something like the sweep shot. This is the slap shot. This, as I said, this would be used more if you are shooting or if you are if you are passing it long range. This is the best way to generate power. This is a tackle in hockey. You can see I'm opposite the ball here. What was important with the way I tackled here was the fact that I made sure the stick was low, because if the stick isn't, it's possible that you can give away a foul, and this would obviously cost your team any chance to get the possession of the ball. You could concede possession in a dangerous area. This is another example of a tackle. This sort of tackle would usually be from a defender because of the position I was in. I was in front of the ball rather than side on like the previous video, so this could be an attacker running onto the defensive line. This is an example of a shot in hockey. As you can see, I had quite a big backlift of the stick, which was to generate power, and also aim for the corners to give myself the best chance of scoring against the goalkeeper. Now we move on to the other sport I've done, which was football. This is an example. Before I go on to football, sorry, I'll go through a tactic of hockey, which could be a short corner. As you can see, there is defenders lined up on the line. Some of them will run out to try and block the shot, whilst the others will stand on the line in order to in order to stop the shot, which will give the keeper more chance of the ball not going in and help him out, because the space is reduced for where the ball can go. So yeah, so you can see the defenders run up, and then the ball is passed into someone, and the attacker will control the ball, and they will lay it off to another attacker. Unfortunately, this one doesn't go well, but the ball does eventually fall out to an attacker who will strike it. But what would usually happen is the ball is controlled for an attacker who can run onto it. When the attacker can run onto it, he has the momentum then to run on and strike the ball. I'm now going to have a look at the skills and tactics of football and techniques. First one I'm looking at is header. You'll use a header as a way to pass or clear the ball, or even to score. You would use it rather than your feet when the ball is in the air. So obviously because your feet can't reach that sort of area to generate power, so you'll head the ball off your forehead. And if you are defending, you'll head the ball into the air. And if you're attacking or shooting with a header, you'll head the ball into the ground to give yourself the best chance of scoring. Next one I'm going to look at is defending in football. What is important to do when you're defending in football is make sure you get side on, and if you can work out what foot the attacker is, to put him on his weak foot to reduce the effectiveness and to nullify his threat of attacking. This gives your team the best chance of winning. There are different types of tackling which you don't see, but another one could be a slide tackle. A slide tackle is usually sort of like a last-ditch attempt to win the ball, or a 50-50. But for this video, a slide tackle wasn't needed because the ball was there to be won from the attacker, and I wasn't stretching for the ball, which is where you'd use a slide tackle. This is controlling in football. As you can see here, this was a type of control off my chest. You'd use this instead of your feet, obviously, when the ball is up in the air. Or if you are flexible, you could use your feet. I think it's easier if you do use your chest when the ball is around there to control the ball. This is a strike in football. This sort of strike would be a clearance because I'm leaning back and the ball has got distance and power on it to get it away from the attackers. Another type of strike would be a shot that you get your head over the ball. So you'd get your head over the ball, and to keep the ball low, and then you would aim for the corners in order to give yourself the best chance of scoring against the keeper. This is a pass. This is a basic pass where I'm just using the inside of my foot because obviously it's the biggest surface area. It means I can get more precision and accuracy with it, so I have more control on where it's going. If this was just a short range pass, but if I was doing a long range pass, what I'd use the laces on my boots. This means I can get more power and more distance on it, but it's not as accurate as this short pass because I'm not using the instep of my foot. Now I'm going to talk about my tactic in football, which the tactic I did was man marking. As you can see here, I was tight to the attacker, and when the ball was there to be won, I won it. This is the tactic because it's usually used when you're playing against a very good attacking team, defensive, whilst you're the defender. It nullifies their threat because they don't have any space to get the ball, which is the most important element of man marking, is that the fact that the attacker has no space. So you'd follow them all the way around the pitch, near enough, and when they are in your area, you'll make sure you're touched tight to them and they can't get away from you.